Stretching is very, very dangerous.
Are you crazy?
Before we talk about why stretching is a bad idea, let's talk about a few instances where stretching might actually be a good idea.
All right, let's do this.
In general, if there's a position that you cannot hit, that you cannot get into, you might need to do some stretching. For instance, let's talk about the squat and the front squat. If you can't get the bar into that nice low bar position on your back because you've got some tight shoulders, you might need to spend a couple minutes every session simply stretching out your shoulders. It shouldn't take very long. Over time, you will get better at this. We've got a video that demonstrates exactly how to do that, and we'll link to that below. Likewise, if you front squat, if you perform cleans, and just the act of front squatting, the act of cleaning, isn't improving your front rack position, maybe you've got tight shoulders and you've got long forearms or something like that, you may need to spend a little bit of time actively stretching to get into that position. We've also got a video on that. We'll link to that below. But this is the key. We're stretching in these cases because we can't get into these positions. If you can already hit the positions that you need to on a regular basis, in other words, if you can hit the positions necessary to press, to bench press, to squat, to deadlift, then in these cases, don't stretch. Now, I know some of you may say, well, I can't get depth, on my empty bar sets on the squats. That's okay. The squat will be an excellent warm-up, will be an excellent stretch for itself. So maybe you're squatting a little bit high on your first empty bar set of squats, and then you're squatting a little bit lower on your second empty bar set of squats. And then maybe by your first weighted warm-up or your second weighted warm-up, at the very least, by the time you get to your work weight, you will be at depth. If you're squatting correctly, it won't be for an issue. It won't be an issue of flexibility. You will be squatting at depth. The squat will be its own stretch. So in general, if you're stretching, you're doing so to increase your range of motion. And if you already have the range of motion necessary to do your daily activities, including your training, and your training will be a stretch for itself, I'm going to recommend, of course you can stretch if you want to, but I'm going to recommend that you don't, and here's why. This is why stretching is dangerous. Now there are some sub-issues like loss of power production, hypermobility, stuff like that. That's a topic for another discussion. The major reason that it is dangerous is because it is a time suck on your life. You have a limited amount of time. Most people, if you have all the time in the world to spend at the gym, good for you. But I hope you have other activities. I hope you have other things that you want or need to get to. And as is the case for most people, I need to get in the gym, I need to get out of the gym in a reasonable amount of time. So if my training provides enough of a stretch for me to perform my training, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to spend any extra time stretching. And believe me, I have lived the life of mobility work in a past life, and I do not do it anymore. It did not reduce my performance at all. So I'm going to recommend that you save time and get to training. Don't do the stretching. It's not doing what you think it is. Again, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it, but it's a time suck. You need to get in, get your training done, and then get out of the gym and get on with your life. So we hope this helps you get stronger and live better.